Okay, project introduction time. So, kind of stoked on this. Made my first lamp yesterday. I know this is not really car related, but the name of the channel is Junk Drive, and this was definitely junk before I started. This was just an old folding camera that I bought years and years ago because I thought it looked neat and weathered. And, you know, it's in pretty rough shape, so nobody's going to use it as a camera. And I'd seen some videos online where people had made cameras into lamps. So I was like, oh yeah, I could do that. So here is the quick and dirty DIY of how you can make a camera into a lamp for like 15 bucks. So you have to start out with a camera. I don't know what you pay for a camera, but beyond that, it's pretty easy to do, you know, smooth sailing, so to speak. So let's go ahead and dig in and I'll show you how I did it. All right, so we've got the camera back right here, and what I've done is just hot glued the base for the light bulb and the cord so that it doesn't move around to the back of the camera. And you know, you can make a little clearance, either drill a hole, or I use an angle grinder to make just a little spot for the wire to come out of the camera. The aluminum foil serves a purpose. So cameras, just by their design, try not to reflect light inside the chassis of the camera. So when I first started this up or plugged it in, it was really dim. And that's because the bellows and the back are all designed to not reflect light. So I had to fix that with aluminum foil and with some white spray paint. Hopefully you can see the paint in there. Yeah, I think you can. And that helped immensely on making this a brighter lamp. It is kind of like an accent lamp or mood lighting, so to speak, because the light that it does put out, it shoots out of the lens and is not a very wide spread. So it goes up and basically hits the ceiling and creates just a little subtle light. And so it's not going to be good for, you know, a regular lamp, but cool nonetheless. You know, just a little accent piece, little something to discuss, a project you can do and then show it to all your buddies and be like, look dude, I made a lamp, kind of like I'm doing right now. So that is pretty much it. As far as parts list goes, this cord was like $5 or $6 at Home Depot. The LED lights come a 3-pack for like $7 or $8. Make sure you get LEDs, because if you're using like incandescent bulbs or something like that, it's going to get hot and probably start a camera fire, which really wouldn't be cool. I don't, maybe it would be, but you know, I don't think it would be cool. I took a lot of footage yesterday of everything I did to create this. So I'm going to add that on the back, but I really wanted to get down to the nuts and bolts for people that just want it, the who, what, when, where, and why of how to make one of these. Let's actually show you what it looks like. So one thing I forgot to mention, well, let me show you the light first. There it is. And the way that I got the light to come out was set the lens to the bulb setting, and then there's just this little lever for your shutter release, and I just did a little dab of hot glue right there to keep the lens from shutting. Simple project. Really the only tools you need is a drill and a hot glue gun, and then you're done. So yeah, make yourself a cool camera lamp, and if you want to stay tuned and watch me fumble and look awkward and confused and go back and forth on what my plan was for it, I'll add that to the back. But thanks for watching. Any suggestions on what I should do for the next lamp project, put in the comments, and thanks. Okay. So it's raining today, so I'm going to do a project, a non-car project pretty stoked about it. I think this is going to be cool. I've got my very first vintage camera I ever bought. I really had no intentions of using it as a camera. I just thought it looked super cool. And this was kind of the gateway for me getting back into film cameras. And as you can see, the bellows are pretty much shot on it. Just wouldn't be a good camera. So I am gonna stab one of these LED lights into the middle, affix the shutter to where it stays open. It's on bulb right now, so I just need to like glue it down or something. So hopefully it'll shoot a ray of light from here up, and light will leak through where all the bellows have exposed whatever material it is underneath that black stuff. Don't know the technical terms. If you know the technical terms, cool. Put it in a comment or something, just for everyone else to know. So yeah, supplies, not pictured as a drill. Of course, everybody's got a drill. Gonna have to drill a hole, probably somewhere in the base on the side for the power cord to come out of. Going to hopefully hot glue the base for the lamp. You know, let's just go ahead and take this joker apart. All right, the plan as I see it right now, until I figure out that it's a bad plan, will be to hot glue this right here, put the bulb in, drill a hole, and run it. I'm hoping it's that easy. If it's not, you'll see in just a second. But, all right, on to the hole drilling. Okay, so I'm back. Instead of drilling a hole in the side of the camera, I decided to just cut a little slit in the camera back for the cord to come out of. So that was pretty simple and easy. Now I need to mark where the center of this is so I know where I want to hot glue my... Let's just do this. It's going to be the bottom. Who cares? Right about there. Sorry, any folding camera fans that are cringing to the fact that I just cut up a camera, but this thing was really rough. All right. Let's get the glue gun ready. This is the tiniest little glue gun I've ever seen. It was like $5 or $6 at Home Depot. So let's give it a go. Guess I should have read the instructions to know how long to let it sit before it's hot. Oh my goodness, I am struggling. No. All right, there we go. Those rivets right there. Yeah. So there's where it's going to sit once I have hot glue. Sorry, this is like paint drying because I don't know how long it takes for hot glue to get hot. Evidently now is not yet it. So maybe we'll do like a time lapse of me sitting here, or I'll just edit all this out because it's pointless. Are we hot? No, we're not hot. Ooh, it's getting there. Come on. See. And welcome back. So, hot glue is dried, or cooled rather. Went ahead and put a little here to keep the cord from wiggling. I didn't film it, but the shutter you push down here and it leaves a little gap in there, so I just filled that up with hot glue. Hopefully this shows up on the camera. If not, just, you know, believe me that that's what I did. All right, so got our light bulb on, got our camera going into place, Come on, what did I do? There we go. It shuts. Let's see. It works. It's bright if you look into it. Let me show you. All right. There you go. And I'm hoping that in the dark, these areas are going to light up properly. So, I will provide you guys with an update this evening. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about, updates. It's gonna be in the same video. Like, literally just wait a couple seconds and it'll be nighttime through the magic of filmmaking. So, hold tight. Maybe it'll be better at night, but I feel like I need to weather the bellows a little more so that I get more light leaks, because right now it's just very minimal. I was under the impression that these white areas here were going to show light. I was wrong. But it does put out light. More to come. Hold tight. I might end up just poking a ton of pinholes in this. What could go wrong? Yeah, let's do that. All right. But there should be some rhyme or reason to it. So maybe I'll go along all of these lines where the folds are for the bellows, and I'll just poke a bunch of holes in there. I think that might be a cool effect. All right, I got my sewing kit here. Pins and needles, pins and needles. Let's go for one of the big ones. There we go. All right, so let's see if I'm crazy or not. Ooh, I don't like the amount of pressure it takes to pop a hole in this. Poke myself. I might also end up painting the inside of this silver, because right now all this black is just absorbing any possible light. But pretty much Swiss cheese the fold on that bellow. So that should give me a lot more light coming through those holes. So yeah, let me brainstorm here and we'll be back. All right, so I've decided that I am going to paint these bellows white. You can see already I've already electrical taped over the lens so that I don't end up painting it. Now, cover everything else up with some paper. That area needs to be white. So I'm not going to bore you guys with taping off the rest of this. We're going to come back and magically this area is going to be white. All right. I don't know if the lens picks it up, but no paint. So we're going to let this dry. Poke a ton of holes in here. You know what? I have another idea. To get this to reflect better, I'm thinking just line the bottom with aluminum foil, and that should help to reflect the light up. So that'll be our next step. Went out in the rain, put a wet coat of white in there. It's not great. Covers a good bit of the areas, but you know, hopefully it does the job. I didn't want to go too wild because I didn't want the holes, the little pinholes in the bellows, to start leaking paint onto the outside of the camera, which it doesn't look like it's done it on this side. Yeah, we're looking decent. So we have success. Painting the inside white, adding the aluminum foil at the bottom really helped to reflect more light so that the bulb can actually do its job. Also started poking a bunch of holes in the bellow or in the fabric area between like the cardboard stuff, whatever it's called. I don't know any of these technical terms, but let me show you. It's still daytime. I just turned off the lights in the living room and closed the blinds, but hopefully this gives you an idea. That should put out, you know, enough little mood lighting along with that pointing up at the ceiling, which you can't really see now because it's not dark. But once I poke a bunch more holes in this, I think it's gonna be pretty sweet.